It's Ron. Thanks for stopping by. Well, it looks like I'm on vinyl shutdown. I went out yesterday. All the record stores are closed. So it's probably the least of our worries. But we're gonna get through this, so don't worry about it. I hope everybody's doing well and is healthy. We'll be okay. So I do have some records to show today, and it's not that many, but I do have some. So I'm gonna knock this out. I've got some 45s, a couple of albums, and a 78 RPM to show. Let's get going with the 78. And this sucker's old, man. This is like from 51 or 52, something like that. It's by a black rhythm and blues group called the Dominos. And the name of the song is 60-Minute Man. And I played this song once on my channel. And it's a sexually suggestive song, double entendre lyrics, really good. And it has an early use of the phrase rock and roll in the lyrics, and but they were referring to sex. They weren't referring to the actual genre. That was before rock and roll was attached to music. So that was a cool find. The 45s are worth more than the 78s. And those records actually, those used to be worth a lot more than they are now. Prices have kind of gone down on it. But it's just still collectible. It's pretty cool. This next one is a 4-song EP from out of the Phoenix, Tempe area. And it's by the Nova Boys. And this is called Death in a Dress. 4 songs, a few originals, and 1 cover version of Tobacco Road. And their style was sort of 80s rockabilly, but it wasn't like, say, Stray Cats, and it wasn't like Cramps. It was kind of in between. They had a kind of their own unique brand of rockabilly. And it's on the Positive Charge label. And this is their only record. So these are not easy to find in the wild around here, and I've been looking for this for a long time. And I used to have a copy, but I got rid of it. So I mean, I've probably been looking for this for 25 years, that long. So I'm glad to get a nice copy of it too. It comes with the insert with the lyrics. I saw this band in '86, and they opened up for Dream Syndicate. But by that time, they were more a garage band. Fun fact, the girl on the front was the girlfriend of one of the band members, and I ended up with her JFA records. When I bought the first couple of JFA 7-inch records, the owner told me that that girl brought them in and sold them, so I have her records. So that's kind of cool. This next one is Diamond Rio, and this is their first album from 1975. And this is the last one that I needed of the 3 records that they put out. This one is the worst of the 3. I was very disappointed in this record. It's on the Big Tree label. Very disappointed. It's got some good songs on it, but the style isn't the hard and heavy sound that they would do on their next 2 albums. But there's a little bit of that on this record. In fact, I just sent Dewax 66 their second album, which is really good. So yeah, it's worth having, but disappointing. Now this one, I dug this out of my closet when I was moving, and I thought you guys would like to see it. It's a 1982 Laserdisc for Pink Floyd Live at Pompeii. And this is the select division where the disc is actually encased into the plastic shell, and you would just like slide the whole thing into the player. This format did not last very long, and just the normal laser disc would take over the market. But it's pretty cool. It's an interesting thing to have. And it's got unique artwork that I've never seen on anything else. So, cool find. I got that like at a thrift store many years ago. Okay, let me get through some 45s that I got here. I got an early 45 by the band Flamin' Groovies. This was released in December of 1974. Real clean shape on the Bomp record label. And the A-side is You Tore Me Down, which is a Groovies original, and the B-side is Him or Me, What's It Gonna Be? Paul Revere and the Raiders cover version. If you bought this directly from Bomp, you get a picture sleeve. If you bought it out of the store, there was no picture sleeve. This next one is Eddie and the Hot Rods. They were a UK pub rock band with punk rock leanings. And this is from April of 1977. Originally did have a picture sleeve. Non-album tracks. And the B-side, ignore them, may be a different version than what's on their album, because the one on the album has a different subtitle than what's on the 45. I don't know for sure. But the singer of this band, original lead singer of this band, Roy Loney, he passed away not too long ago, this year. And as did the singer for Eddie and the Hot Rods. He passed away. This is a local garage record out of Albuquerque, New Mexico. Pretty clean shape, and I picked this up for a few bucks. And it's on the Double Q record, probably 1966, I would imagine. It appears to be their only record, and it's by the Monkey Men. They do Mojo, which is kind of a garagey R&B upbeat number. And a cover version of Route 66 is on the flip. And they got the writing credit wrong. Instead of Bobby Troup, they got D Troup instead of B Troup. Bobby Troup, he was on the TV show Emergency in the 70s. He played Dr. Early, the gray-haired guy. And his wife was the nurse that was on the show, Julie London. So an interesting fun fact there. I used to love that show. I watched it every week. This next one is Paul Revere and the Raiders, non-album A-side. We gotta all get together. It's from August of 1969, and it did not have a picture sleeve. And the B-side is from the Alias Pink Fuzz album. This next one is a local record by Peanut Butter. They were a popular teen band here. This is from 1966 on the Mascot label. And this was picked up by Tower Records and released nationally. And it's on the A side, it's got What Am I Doing Here With You, which was a Sloan Berry song. And that was originally done by Johnny Rivers in 1965. So, kind of cool. This one, I did research on it, and I don't really remember all the details. It's French Canadian on Miracle label, and 1966. It's got a cover version of the Zombies. She's Not There, if I remember right. It's in French, but I think it was She's Not There. And I translated their name and everything. I can't really remember too much about it. I'm sorry. But anyway, it's all sung in French. French language on the label. Bobby Boris Pickett, Monster Mash. This is an original 1962. Near mint, clean as a whistle, just beautiful condition. This is a Monarch Los Angeles pressing with exclusive orange labels. Anywhere else this record was pressed, other than California, white label. Did have a picture sleeve, but I didn't get the sleeve. Couple of bootlegs, Rolling Stones bootlegs. They're EPs. This one is early BBC broadcasts of rare tracks, and averages from 63 to 60, 63, 64 to 65, I think, is the 3 years that these recordings are from. And this was originally on the Trademark Equality label in 1973 with a picture sleeve. But I think this is probably more like later 70s or maybe even possibly early 80s. This next one has some 70s stuff on it as well as 60s stuff. And it's got Andrew's Blues on it, which is about their record producer, Andrew Oldman. And, or I think I pronounced his name right, I'm sorry. Oldham or whatever it is. Yeah, recorded early 64 and extremely dirty. I mean, if you've never heard this, you can actually hear it on YouTube. Rated X lyrics. Pretty amazing, actually. And it's also got Parachute Woman. You can't always get what you want, and all down the line. Yeah, these were real cheap, like a couple of bucks a piece or whatever. So those are cool. This is a 50-foot hose, and I believe this is the original issue on Get Hip with the swirl label. Originally come out in 1990, and it's got an alternate take of Read the Signpost and If Not This Time. And both of those are on that album that came out not too long ago. But still pretty cool to have the original 7-inch. The last one is a US record by the band Aqua Acid. Pusher Man and Remember Tomorrow. It's on purple vinyl. Pusher Man is on an album. The B-side, which is Remember Tomorrow, is non-album, and that is just fantastic psych. It's got like just kind of slow and easy 60s style psych, and then it goes into this heavy acid rave up. It's pretty cool, very, very cool in fact. So I would say pick this one up if you're a fan of the band for sure. Yeah, the B-side is really good. Okay, that's gonna do it. And I guess you noticed there's no tunes playing. My old vintage Pioneer that I bought, it went down again. The same symptoms, crackling out of the left channel, exactly the same as what was happening before. So I don't know what's going on with that thing. I think I may end up just getting a different amp. I got my eye on, what I'd like to do is like get an old tube, or not old, but get a new tube amp. So for several $100s you can get something pretty decent. So that's what I'd like to do. We'll see. Gonna have to wait a while to see what's going on with the virus. You know, I don't want to get crazy and spend a bunch of money, 'cause I may be out of work, you know, for a while. I don't know. But everybody take care and catch you next time. Later. Stay safe.